Sorry I haven't posted. I mean, I actually made a video, but I did it in my camera, and I just haven't. It's so much easier if I do it on my tablet, like I'm doing now, and then I can just post it. But yeah, things have actually been going good for a while. Um, and then all of a sudden today, my mom kind of. Oh, new light, by the way. Well, yesterday actually was my dad did some weird thing. Like I'm working on this new. Check out my. Like I fixed it. It was kind of a little bit broken, but I fixed it and I refinished it. I made it green to match the cushions. Um, but yeah, I was working on that, and then I was just finishing up. I had to put in 4 screws, and just putting in the drawer slides, and then I'm done. I can put in the drawer. And then my dad comes over into the garage, and I love when he comes in and hangs out and helps me, except for a lot of times he just stares at what I'm doing and then points out, like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you're doing, like, I'm doing stuff wrong. And a lot of times he doesn't even really know what I'm doing, like, whatever. But I mean, it is helpful. Sometimes he points out stuff that helps me too. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not like he doesn't help. It's just sometimes it seems like all he wants to do is find something to say that I'm doing wrong for some reason. It's like kind of weird. It seems pathological. So I'm finishing up. I'm like so excited, and then he comes over and he wants to show me something. But before that, for like 2 minutes or maybe longer, maybe 5, he's just staring at what I'm doing, not saying anything. Which always makes me nervous because I'm like, oh great. What is he going to say now that I'm doing wrong? And then but no, he's like, I want to show you something, can I? And I'm thinking like, okay, well, like I'm in the middle of doing this, and like I have my mind wrapped around like exactly what I need to do and what tools I need, and so I just want to finish what I'm doing. And so I told him, like, I just want to, do this, you know. And I forgot exactly what I said. And then he was like, okay. And he just like puts everything back that he had out. He's like, I'll show you later. And I'm thinking to myself, like, like, I thought we were hanging out. Like, why? I don't understand why you can't just let me finish what I'm doing and then show me. Like, I had to stop what I was doing. Like, and there was this weird energy, and it's like, and so I think about that, and like now that I'm more able, like I wasn't as a child, and even recently as an adult, I wasn't able to really get in tune with like kind of the ridiculousness of the situation. Like, like not every situation requires someone to get mad and like, get passive aggressive or express frustration. It's like, whoa. And it hurts me, like the situation, because I come into any situation like I feel like I just want everything to be cool and I want everybody to be happy. And like, I don't feel like I require that much from other people emotionally, typically. And like, maybe that's, where I run into the trouble in these situations. Like, these people, maybe I need to require more emotionally and just be like, don't do that to me. Like, why do you do this to me? But at the same time, like, they do it to each other. They do it to everybody. Like, I don't think that they can stop that behavior. So, what do I do? And I think the answer to that is just, Try to spend time with them when they're feeling more regulated. When you see like a lack of regulation, you could see it. And like maybe that's a good time for me to just stay away, which is really hard right now because I've been having dinner with them every night, and like I'm used to like going and eating with them, and so now that just totally like I thought I went. Oh wait, so I just jumped ahead. So tonight. Oh, and by the way, I don't know what my dad was trying to tell me. Like, I asked him, I was like, what do you want to show me, I keep saying, What do you want to show me? And he didn't want to say anything. Like, he just put everything away, and it was just, like, this whole thing. And it just feels shitty. And, like, what I see happening is that in that specific one, he thinks that I'm being shitty because I won't stop what I'm doing and hear what he has to say. And somehow doesn't see that, like, just letting me finish what I'm doing isn't really asking too much. Like, that's where the pathological comes in, like that need for me to stop what I'm doing, like to interrupt what I'm doing. Like they both, my mom and my dad both do that. Like they feel like if they want my attention at any point in time, whether it's like a phone call or anything, if I don't give them that attention immediately, stop what I'm doing, and give them that attention like ASAP, somehow I've done something wrong. And it's somehow like an injury on them. And that's completely unreasonable. It's like dehumanizing. I should be able to be a person and have my own life and do my own time management and figure out what's good for me and what I need, and they deny me that. And they don't even understand that they're doing that. So that's what I'm dealing with. So right now, I'm thinking like, okay, cool. We're gonna have dinner. We're having hard shell tacos, and then my mom wants to make. She's gonna heat up some matzo ball soup. She wants to make all these different things. She does this sometimes. She wants to like make all these more stuff than we could all possibly eat. But she wants the variety, and that could be fun. And so, but I'm more focused on the tacos because she's got taco meat she's gonna make, and like I'm thinking like, okay, I want like what's going on in my mind. I want to cut up tomatoes, shredded lettuce. I'm kind of particular. Like some certain things like I'll do better than my mom or my dad. So like I'll come in there and like shred the lettuce or cut up the tomato or onion or whatever it is because I want it to be like look nice. Or cook the meat. Like I like the meat to be more finely ground instead of having like big chunks of ground meat. So it's 5 o'clock not too long ago. I go into the house thinking like, okay, like I'm excited about dinner. And then my mom sounds excited about dinner and she comes out through the hall and she's like, oh, I'm going to start cooking. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm trying to think what happened. So my mom asked me something like, oh yeah, she wanted to know, because she bought chili, like already made. She wanted to know if, she's like telling me she's going to make this thing and that thing and the matzo ball soup and the tacos. And she wants to know if she should also make the chili, heat up the chili that she got. So I'm thinking like, And if you don't know me, like I think a lot. Like it takes me forever to make decisions. I've always been that way. So I'm thinking like, oh, I can't decide. And I'm thinking like, I'm starting to think like, no, I'm thinking like I'm about to say, like save the chili for later. And then all of a sudden, she's like, answer me. And I'm like, whoa, I'm standing right in front of her. And I'm just like, I don't like that. Like, you don't need to yell at me. Like, you know, like, and understand, like, so ultimately what she tells me is like, I was telling me that I'm giving her a dirty look. I'm just like, what? Like, I'm a genuine person. Like, I want the dinner to be great. All I'm thinking about is like, how can the dinner be great? You know, I'm not thinking anything negative. I'm just trying to think like, okay, should we have the chili now? Like, I'm trying to say my intentions are completely pure. And ultimately I'm told that somehow I'm giving her a dirty look. Like, but what ended up happening is she's like, answer me. And then I'm like, whoa. And then she's like, talk. I'm like, and I just thought to myself, like, okay, I'm trying to get more in touch with like how I'm feeling. Like, I had just left a physical therapy appointment that really helped a lot. Like, my back has been bothering me so much. And I'm realizing that like being treated like that all my life hasn't helped as far as like tension in my body. And so I'm feeling what just happened. Like I'm feeling it. I'm getting in touch. I'm trying to stay grounded. Okay? Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what all this therapy is about. So, and it's kind of crazy how much like mental aspect there is to your physical pain, or at least mine. So I'm like, oh, whoa, I feel it. Like, I felt like that didn't feel good. Like, that wasn't good, what just happened. Like that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, what did I do? You know, like, why is this like negative energy being directed at me? And then it's escalating. And like, I'm just pausing. All I'm doing is pausing, not reacting, pausing, not reacting. And it's escalating. Like, my not reacting, because I don't want to escalate the situation, is escalating the situation. How about that for irony? And so I'm heartbroken because all I want to do is have a great dinner with my parents. And then I could just imagine my mom. I just came outside because I'm like, okay, like, that's what this van is for. Like, if I'm in a bad situation, I've removed myself from it, come into somewhere where I can support my back and I don't have to let it get worse. Like, I realize, like, the more in the situation I was in, what I wanted to do was explain myself. Like, no, I wasn't giving you a dirty look. Like, I've been, like, but then there's no, like, I don't know how to de-escalate that situation. Like, I've been through that so many times in my life with my mother. I don't know how to de-escalate that other than just remove myself. And then it's so shitty, right? Because like, all I wanted to do was have dinner with them and like help make dinner. Like, I really don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm sure like there's plenty of parents that would appreciate having a son like me and like it wouldn't lead to these kind of situations. I think most parents. And I don't want to act like, oh, my parents suck. Like, they don't. They're great. Like, I love my parents. But this situation is untenable. I'm trying to get better with my back. I've been working so hard on this. So yeah, I don't know what to say at this point. It's I think I've said plenty. You know, from everything that I've read, there's nothing that can be done for them. Like, this is how they are. And if I want a relationship with them, I got to find a way. I mean, life is about making sacrifices, but I don't want one of those sacrifices to be like, like I feel it. I feel like I'm going to not be in pain. Like, I'm so close. And I've been working on this for years. Over 10 years. Really over 20 if you really think about it. But for just over 10 years, I've had real progress. So it sucks, man. It really sucks, Like, I really want to be friends with my mom. And that was not very friendly. Like, anybody else does that, I'm not even trying to be their friend in the future. Like, that's insanity. Like, if anybody that's not family, which reminds me of what my friend Thomas over in SD says. Yeah. You're right, Thomas. Like, nothing good comes of it. Nothing good. But in this case, I really do think that there's good, because, like, I think that's the answer. I think the answer is, like, because, and I don't know if this is going to help everybody, but I think everybody can start to recognize when you have family members that are behaving unregulated, and then also realize, like, I'm just a certain person. Like, there's probably a lot of people that can totally handle it. Like, I'm being sensitive. Like, this is, it's not something that I'm choosing. I'm not choosing to be sensitive. I've been spending most of my life thinking that I'm choosing to be tough and tolerant. And I'm realizing that maybe that's been to my detriment. Maybe I should have, over these years, recognized my sensitivities and not put myself through so much trauma. Because, like, now I can just go outside. And I think what's really sad, and I'm going to end on this note, is how in these situations that I'm left with all the responsibility. Like, I never get an apology. Like, it would be so easy for my mom to just cool off and send me a text right now, like, please come in and eat. She doesn't even have to say sorry. Just like, please come in and eat or something like that. But no. Like, it always just, it's either put up with the trauma or nothing. Nothing meaning, like, like, you're either going to have to put up with trauma or not have a relationship. And then somehow, like, and this is the worst part, in her mind, I'm the problem. When all I want to do is have a good relationship. Peace, guys. Check out my other channels if you, most people on here you already know. Dave the Uber Slave. No Limit Van Life, most importantly. And Critical Malibu. Thanks for listening, guys. And, thanks. I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I want to eat.